After rumours and speculation, it has been revealed by Sony that the critically acclaimed The Last of Us will be remastered for the PlayStation 4. According to the developers from Naughty Dog, the port will display 1080p, have further drawing distance, higher resolution character models, better lighting, shadows, and so on. Furthermore, it will include all downloadable content map packs, as well as the prequel expansion, Left Behind, released earlier this year. For me, I'm very eager to play this port considering how much I love the PS3 Foundation, and given its overwhelming reception, I'm banking I'm not alone in this. However, like any news, it has been labelled with some controversy, not a massive amount. The common theme among the negative reactions is the comparison to Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, released for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. From my point of view, the similarities between The Last of Us and Tomb Raider are that they were both games were released in 2013, and their updated versions, if you will, have been or will be released in 2014. In the case of Tomb Raider, yes. Both include downloadable content released for said game, and that's really where the similarities come to an end. Tomb Raider, at the time of the Definitive Edition's release, had 3 versions available on the market: Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Despite looking like a technical benchmark, The Last of Us is a Sony exclusive with next to no probability of having a PC release. Much of the controversy surrounding the next-gen ports of Tomb Raider was that they were calling it definitive when the PC version had been out for, let's say, a year, and is superior on a technical standpoint than the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, because it was not limited by the non-upgradable console hardware constraints outside of rational consideration for those that don't have high-end hardware. It may be cynicism on my part, but many view it as the PC version come to console. However, the optimistic part of me says it's a great opportunity to play one of the best games of 2013 for those who can't afford an expensive gaming PC, at a time what I'd call a gaming drought. In comparison, The Last of Us has been out on one system and has nothing to contrast with in terms of performance, unlike Tomb Raider. The pseudonym of definitive is ultimate or conclusive, or, well, you get the point. Tomb Raider created a strange misnomer, or paradox. The Xbox and PlayStation 4 versions were called Definitive, and the older Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions are called the Game of the Year. However, the PC is also called the Game of the Year, but the PC version doesn't have to deal with the previously mentioned console constraints. It's called Definitive on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 despite running at different frame rates. I believe it's perfectly reasonable for the big 3 console manufacturers to port their exclusive titles over to their successor machines because the quality can only go up and it can't be scrutinised by a non-existent PC version. I would personally love to see next-gen re-releases of Shadow of the Colossus, Lost Odyssey, Killzone, Gears of War, Uncharted, MotorStorm, Mario Galaxy, Metroid Trilogy, Xenoblade Chronicles, Fable 2, Kingdom Under Fire, MechAssault 2, A Link to the Past, F-Zero GX, Forza Horizon, and many, many more. Some of the complaints have been about the pricing. No surprise there. At $60 being unreasonable. Now, I don't think it's the most unreasonable price in the world. For one, games in the UK already cost more than they do in the States, but that's a discussion for another day. Because they are packaging in DLC which adds value to the $60 price tag. If they weren't, I'd say the reasonable price would be somewhere between $30 and $40. Then again, no one is forcing you to buy it at full price. You do that off your own volition. Now, I will say one issue I have with the business model is the Left Behind expansion, the only story expansion, wasn't released too long ago, probably leaving some with buyer's remorse in light of this announcement. Then again, last week I sifted through a ton of whiny comments about Strike Suit Zero Director's Cut. Audacious asking price, which I won't spend too much time on, but it retails at $14.99 with an 85% discount for those who bought the original or got it through Humble Bundle, bringing it down to $2.99. How dare they? The audacity, the temerity, the sheer nerve. Unless it's free, people will nickel and dime it. For those who bought the PS3 version, bear in mind Sony isn't just targeting the PS3 crowd but multiple combinations of consumers. Tomb Raider could be held in the same regard, targeting the recent owners of the Xbox One and PS4. Now, it might come off that I'm having a bit of a bash at Tomb Raider, but I don't actually hate it. I actually enjoyed my time with it, with my only gripe being that the flow and progression weren't really synced with the narrative flow. It just suffered because somebody decided to tag it with the word definitive as opposed to something more ambiguous like enhanced or some other unused classification. In conclusion, I'm pretty stoked for the remastered edition since, as of the time of this recording, I've just played through the Left Behind content, which I really enjoyed, and re-releases are probably going to be a trope for this generation because they're cheaper to make than something from scratch. So I'd love to know in the comments section which games you would like to see a next generation re-release for the Xbox One, PS4, Wii U, or a re-release on PC. Why not? Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching. This is Glitch in the System. I'll see you later.